A young man named Riki had been sentenced to 10 years in prison for brutally murdering a man. He then killed the strongest prisoners on the facility one by one, and later on became the strongest man alive. The story begins with a van transporting several inmates to a private facility known for housing extremely dangerous criminals. Upon arrival, the prisoners were escorted inside, including a young man named Riki. It was revealed that Riki had been sentenced in prison for murdering a man. As Riki entered the prison, he then immediately displayed a rebellious attitude. Ignoring the guard's instructions, he walked straight through a metal detector, triggering an alarm. Suspicious, the guards searched him but found no weapon. They then conducted an X-ray scan which shockingly revealed 5 bullets lodged inside his chest. When questioned about why he never removed them, Riki calmly replied that he kept them as a reminder and intended to carry them for the rest of his life. It was then revealed that the prison facility were divided into 4 sections. Each section were controlled by a powerful inmate known as the Gang of Four. They operated with the warden's approval, allowing them to commit crimes freely in exchange for money sent from outside. Soon after, an elderly prisoner named Ma was seen being harassed by other inmates. They destroyed a toy train he had lovingly made for his son. Despite being close to release from prison, Ma was threatened by Samuel, the right-hand man of the North Section leader, who warned him that he would not leave without his permission. Enraged, Ma attempted to fight back, but was brutally beaten. When guards arrived, they ignored the situation and allowed Samuel to walk away. As Samuel moved forward, Riki stepped into his path, causing him to fall onto a nail board. Injured and humiliated, Samuel became furious. Though his accomplices attempted to retaliate, they were intimidated by Riki's fearless glare and retreated. Seeking revenge, Samuel planned to kill Riki. He was advised to use Mad Dragon, a monstrous prisoner known for his insatiable hunger and extreme violence. Samuel bribed a guard to release Mad Dragon from isolation. Meanwhile, Ma received devastating news. His release had been cancelled. Broken and hopeless, he was beaten again by the guards. That night, he took his own life. The prisoners later whispered that Samuel's cruelty had driven him to it, despite Ma having been imprisoned for an accidental crime. Riki overheard everything and grew increasingly enraged. When he saw Ma's body being carried away, still in handcuffs, he broke the chain and respectfully placed the repaired toy train beside him. The next day, Samuel confronted Riki in the washroom, where Mad Dragon suddenly attacked. A brutal fight followed, ending with Riki delivering a devastating blow that killed Mad Dragon instantly. Samuel then attempted to attack Riki with a nail, but Riki received it with his hand and broke Samuel's fingers, and ultimately killed him in front of the guards. Despite the chaos, Riki surrendered peacefully. Oscar, the North Section leader, was impressed and offered Riki a place in his gang, but Riki refused. In his cell, Riki felt the pain inside his chest caused by the bullets. He meditates to remove the pain and recalls his past, where he was trained by his uncle in the cemetery to be the strongest. Later, Riki was taken to Assistant Warden Cyclops. During interrogation, Riki's past was revealed. He was an orphan child who disappeared for 2 years. Cyclops tried to provoke him using a photo of his girlfriend, Lisa. Enraged, Riki demonstrated his immense strength. He broke the table with just his one hand and caught a bullet mid-air using a tray. At the last moment, Riki restrained himself from killing Cyclops, warning him not to interfere in his personal life again. That night, Riki reflected on his past and remembered his happy moments with his girlfriend. As tensions grew in the prison, Oscar was eventually ordered by Cyclops to kill Riki. Oscar used a person chained on a cross to lure Riki, and in a second, Oscar immediately launched an attack, but Riki easily dodges it. Then Oscar used pieces of grains to temporarily blind Riki and take advantage. He then stabbed Riki's hand, and when the water splashed on Riki's face, now he can see clearly, and immediately snapped an attack to Oscar that killed him immediately. Riki immediately tried to save the man from the cross, but it was too late, so he take his body back to his cell to give him some peace. Later on, Riki befriended a mute boy named Alan, who revealed through gestures the existence of a secret drug operation run by the remaining Gang of Four leaders. When Alan refused to betray Riki, he was killed by the gang and put his body on the field to serve as an example to others, that no one should disobey them. Riki then saw Alan's body lifeless. Devastated, Riki burned down the drug fields, triggering further conflict. He fought against Rogan, Brandon, and Tazan, each leader displaying deadly skills. They launched deadly kung fu, and mid-fight, Riki gains his inner strength to fight back, but one of the leaders used a knife with rope to catch him. On the other hand, Cyclops was so nervous, panicking, because the prison director will soon arrive. Amid chaos, he ordered the activation of Plan Zero and gunfire erupted. Riki and the gang leaders try to escape. Riki and Tarzan runs to a room that turns them to cement, but they was able to escape. Later on, Riki was captured and subjected to extreme punishment. The next day, the prison director arrived with his grandson from vacation. Upon arrival, the prison director was furious upon knowing that the drug plantation had been burnt down. In his fear, Cyclops introduced Riki as the culprit of the prison chaos. The director approached him, and Riki, who was chained in a cell, broke free. In a flash, he grabbed the prison director and tried to punish him. But then Tarzan suddenly appeared, crashing through the wall using his brute force, smashing Riki and trapping him by bending the bar on Riki's arm. The beating began and made it entertaining for the director. Riki then escaped and launched an attack. With a single punch, Tarzan's jaw popped out. The ceiling slowly dropped, crushing him to death. Riki resisted, pushing it with pure willpower. But the director had another plan. He used electricity, knocking Riki to the floor, but Tarzan saved him, sacrificing himself and getting crushed to death. The next morning, Riki was chained and about to be buried. The director then announced that if he survived within 7 days, he will be released. During the night, Riki recalled his past, showing his girlfriend Lisa getting abducted and abused by drug addict. After that horrifying scene, her girlfriend committed suicide. Furious, Riki promised that he will kill the boss who produced the drugs. Riki located the boss. The boss fired a gun and shot Riki to the chest 5 times, but Riki did not feel anything. Riki then launched an attack, and within a single punch, the boss got killed. That's the reason why Riki go to prison. After enduring 7 days and night being buried underground, Riki finally released using an excavator. But then, the captain of the 4 gang leaders attacked Riki and captured him again and about to be punished. Riki was then back to the dungeon. The gang leaders beat him badly. They even feed him with blades, but Riki spit it to the prison director and said this will be the end. That night in his cell, Riki escaped and started a rebellion. The prisoners help Riki, and they killed Cyclops. In the kitchen, the Riki fights the prison leaders, and he was able to kill them. And Riki's final battle started after the prison director transformed into a giant monster, obtaining with an unimaginable power. The monster sent Riki flying with a single punch, but Riki strikes back, punching into the monster's body, but the monster did not feel anything. Riki tries again, punching multiple times, draining his energy. Riki then gathered his last energy and tossed the director directly to the giant meat grinder. The director's body slowly grind into pieces as he screamed louder and louder. Riki became victorious. As he walked out, he holds the head of the director up into the sky. That immediately stopped the fight between the prisoners and the prison guard. With a final blow, Riki destroyed the prison wall with a single punch, declaring that they were all free. He then walked away from the prison, heading toward an unknown future. And with that, the story came to an end.